The grueling 12 hours of Sebring delivered like it has year in and year out in the WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. But the focus now shifts from the bumpy, battle-tested turns of Sebring, Florida, to the glamorous streets of Long Beach, California. It is here at the Long Beach Street Circuit where drivers will be tested in an all-out sprint around the beautiful fountain, Seaside Way, and the tightest turn these drivers will see all season long, the ever-famous hairpin at turn 11. Hello sports car racing fans, I'm Mark Spursay, and this is SRTV's coverage of Round 2 in the IMSA Prototype Challenge Series powered by Mazda. Daytona brought the action fast and early and left us with 2 photo finishes in the LMP3 and MPC classes. The drivers will now have to adjust as they transition from the wide open banking of Daytona to the tight streets of Long Beach, California. Will Long Beach deliver the same nail-biting finishes that Daytona delivered? There is only one way to find out as the drivers get ready for the green flag. For the LMP3 class, we have Jake Southcomb taking his second consecutive pole. Southcomb looks strong once again in qualifying, but we'll see if he's able to maintain the pole position or fall off the podium like he did at Daytona. Neitzel is in the 2 spot, a huge improvement for him and the Ginetta as Daytona was dominated by the Legers. Parker once again showing the Ginettas are ready for the streets of Long Beach in the 3 spot, Savonin in the 4, Davey in 5th, Nagel, our winner from Daytona, in 6th, Pierce in 7th, Rickton in 8th, Brumla all the way down in the 9 spot, disappointing after his 2nd place finish at Daytona. Ahmed is in 10th, Weber 11th, possibly still reeling from his disastrous slip-up at Daytona. Lazzaretti in 12th, Oliveira in 13th, and rounding out the LMP3 field is Rousser in 14th. The MPC class is tightly bunched like they were at Daytona. Zimmerman had a strong qualifying to snag the pole position. Podolsky is looking to continue his success from Daytona in the 2 spot. Loomis, who had victory snatched away in the closing moments at Daytona, has qualified in 3rd, Owen in 4th, Biscombe in 5th, Unsen in 6th, Kalvich, our winner from Daytona, in 7th, which should show everyone you have to bring your A game to all sessions to have continued success in this series. Don Pat in 8th, Monis in 9th, and Silbernagel rounds out the field in 10th. It's great to see Monis and Silbernagel in the race after their disastrous weekends at Daytona. Qualifying didn't go their way, but they are on the track and that gives them a chance to make up some points in the championship race. Let's take a quick break and get a message from one of our sponsors before the green flag flies here at the fast and tight streets of Long Beach.
Sarah? It's a Tida.
And we are back now as Southcomb finishes up the formation lap. The cars are grouping together and we are ready to go green here at Long Beach Street Circuit in Long Beach, California. And it looks like Savonin, we're going to go 3 wide, Southcomb, Neitzel, and Savonin. Southcomb on the inside, Neitzel pushing him closer to the curb, and it looks like Neitzel is going to have the runoff, but Savonin making a move on the inside through the fountain. Savonin, a wonderful start. Nagel in 3rd, Neitzel in 2nd. Savonin coming all the way up from the 4th spot, and it looks like Southcomb, terrible luck, has fallen to the 5th spot in the field, and once again Southcomb not handling the start of the race as best as you think he'd want to, or at least as capable of after his qualifying. And it looks like it's something the young driver's going to have to try to figure out. But as stated, he's now back in the 5 spot as it looks like the cars are starting to settle into a little bit more of a train-like formation. Not nearly as much overtaking, and overtaking on this circuit, especially with these LMP3 cars, is going to be difficult as they are full steering lock coming into the hairpin turn, have to try to maintain and minimize that wheel spin coming off the hairpin to get a great launch onto this long straightaway as we have completed one lap and we head into turn 1. It looks like the MPC field now, after finishing one lap, Zimmerman, your qualifying leader, is still in the lead. Podolsky is now dropped into third. And let's get a replay of the start of the race. And it looks like Podolsky actually had the better run. It looks like green flag was thrown just coming out of the hairpin for the MPC field. Although it looks like Zimmerman was aggressive in trying to fight back for that position. And the LMP3 field got backed up through the fountain. Zimmerman took that. It might have been a little contact between him and Podolsky. No harm, no foul, it looks like, though, as the cars looked like Zimmerman didn't gain an unfair advantage. And here we go. Whoa, big sideways moment for Zimmerman coming out of that tight right-hander. There's some off camber with that turn. It can really be hard to keep the car balanced through there. And let's see if we can get another look at that. Podolsky almost making contact with the back fender. It looked like Zimmerman might have just been a little too eager on the throttle, but tip your hat to him. He kept the car under control. After that huge sideways moment, he's maintained the lead as we now join the number 22 Autosport car driven by Richten. And it looks like he's in the 7 spot just behind the number 7 Janetta driven by Parker as we come through the fountain area. And Richten is in 7th. Just look though, 5 seconds, just over 6 seconds separating 1 through 10. And as I said, this is a very difficult track. It's easy to keep it close with somebody. It's much more difficult to try to get an actual overtake. There's only a few areas on the track that you can do it. And right now, it just doesn't look like many cars are even in any sort of situation to go for an overtaking move. If you do, though, you're definitely going for an overtake. You're going to have to commit and really go for it. There's no room for hesitation here at this tight street circuit. And right now, Richten, as you can see, maybe thinking of an inside move into the hairpin, thinks better of it as Parker maintains the lead with him. Parker just behind Southcombe. And just behind Richten is the number 12 Monster Janetta driven by Pierce. And it's great to see the Janettas having a much better race showing than they had so far at Daytona. It was a completely different story with total dominance by Ligier. The MPC field, plenty of overtaking at Daytona. It looks like the straightaways here aren't long enough to be able to fully utilize that slip seam, but Podolsky thinking of a possible inside move, taking the curbs, and making a little contact with the wall. We'll see if we can get another shot of that, and it looked like he may have been able to turn out of the way, still brush the wall, and even doing that, you run the risk of possibly throwing off your drive line, maybe even breaking an axle. So you really want to try to minimize your contact. And Podolsky through 2 races has shown that he's not afraid of contact with cars or walls, it seems. As the MPC field comes through, Zimmerman looks like he's built up a pretty comfortable lead over the number 28 car driven by Owen. And Loomis dropping now. He was in the 3rd spot. Looks like he's dropped back in the field. And that fountain area, turn 1, seemed to be the area of opportunity for the start of the race, as a lot of cars that qualified further up have fallen back. Nagel still in 3rd. He's got Davey just on his fender, though, as he's pretty close to... Looks like Neitzel looked like he was possibly thinking of an inside move. Neitzel kind of shut the door on that, though. As I said earlier, you have to be fully committed at this track. If you're not, only bad things can happen. You have to fully commit to a move if you're going to do it. And it looked like right there was just some hesitation from the young American. And Neitzel he's within striking range, but just not close enough to really be a huge threat. at least not enough to force Sabonin to defer from the racing line he wants to go. You can just see just how difficult it is for these LMP3 cars around that turn 11. That hairpin, I'm sure the drivers are in full lock coming around there. And we're not even 10 minutes into this. There's plenty of action on the opening lap. Things have calmed down a little bit for both classes. But I'm hearing from our pit crew reporters that at the rate that the LMP3s are lapping right now, don't be surprised if we see some lap traffic. And if that does occur, you gotta know that there is going to be some drama here on this tight circuit. With the LMP3s, their speed advantage, but the MPCs are much more nimble. It's gotta be difficult for those cars if they do end up overlapping each other. It's going to be difficult for both parties to really navigate these tight streets. You can see in the 12 spot, Weber had a great showing at Daytona, had a disastrous finish though. If you were to take his race for the first 29 minutes and 50 seconds, he was doing great. Really fell apart, made contact with Nagel. Looks like he may still be reeling from that slip-up that not only cost him the win at Daytona, but also cost him the second place finish. And it looks like Zimmerman has completely taken off in the rest of the MPC field. He's having one heck of a race so far. As you can see, as we jump on board with the number 28 car driven by Owen, Zimmerman is nowhere to be seen. You can see just how much easier these MPC cars can take that final hairpin compared to the LMP3 cars. But as I stated, the lap times are still a big enough difference between the two car fields that I think traffic's going to become an issue at the end of this race. As we come into turn 1, Podolsky looking, and I have to wonder if he's just trying to keep Owen honest there. Not really sure what the end goal is, though, going off of the racing line, especially since he's got Unson just right behind him breathing down his neck. You see the lead that Zimmerman has built up, though. He has clean air in front of him. We're going to jump back, and it is still a tight field. Not a lot of overtaking happening, but 1 through 10 for this LMP3 class is very tight. If you make one mistake, you have to imagine your race is over. But right now, oh, and here we go. Nagel looking to possibly make a move, but just doesn't fully commit. Neitzel keeps the position. And I think Nagel was close enough there. He really could have gone for that inside line if he wanted it. Would have put him on the outside though for the crown line. I wonder if he's having hesitations about that. That is how Southland dropped all the way to 5th on the first lap, and I wonder if Nagel just doesn't want to sacrifice his line. Maybe he's trying to set Neitzel up for the inside and possibly go for an okey-doke and move back to the outside. Not really sure, but right there, Neitzel in complete control of that exchange between the two drivers. All this is doing for Neitzel and Nagel is making it a little bit easier for Sabonin. He hasn't been able to get too much of a break from the number 97 Ginetta, but if Neitzel is having to think about Nagel, that's less time he has to focus on Sabonin. I'm sure Sabonin is okay with that. Just under 10 minutes into this 30-minute race, and there was plenty of action on lap 1. If you're just joining us now, I'm Mark Spursay, and this is SRTV's coverage of the 2018 Mazda Prototype Challenge. And right now, Sabonin is your race leader, qualified in Ford. Neitzel has maintained his 2 spot on the grid. South Korea qualifying leaders all the way back in 5th for the LMP3 class. And right now we're going to take a look at Silver Nagel, the number 31 MPC car. And a big tip of your hat to him. He had a disastrous weekend, was really just a casualty of contact between Podolsky and Monis in the early goings of the race. And for him to be able to fight back, not only for his team to get his car ready, but for him to mentally come back from that weekend and compete here, his championship hopes are still well within hand if he can get a good finish here. It's a long season, plenty of racing left, and he looks strong at Daytona, and he's made up quite a few positions after qualifying in the 10th spot. So it's good to see he's up in back in what looks like the 7th position. We'll have to see if he can make any moves or possibly stay close enough to, if LMP3 cars cause any havoc in front of him with lap traffic, as I do think that that's going to happen before the end of this race. Maybe take advantage and try to snag a few more positions. It's good to see the number 130 car on the grid, and as well as the number 16 car, Monis. But he's struggling in this race so far. It looks like he's down in the 10th spot for the NPC class. As we join our LMP3 field again, and it looks like Ahmed is in the 9th spot, and Rickton is having a go with Parker, but it is just neck and neck with this LMP3 field. There is no room for error between 1 through, it looks like 10, maybe even 11 cars, all within striking distance if a mistake is made. And it looks like that might be what has to happen for any overtaking to happen, as these cars are in a single file line right now. Rickton looking to make a move, takes the inside curve, going into the fountain for the number 7 Ginetta in front of him. Probably trying to keep him honest or maybe set him up, but again, we are almost halfway through this race. No overtaking has occurred so far since the opening moments of this race. But as I said, lap traffic is going to play a role. The only factor is when and for how long. And how difficult will it be for these larger chassis LMP3s to get around the more nimble MPCs? This is definitely a track that, yes, the LMP3s are faster on, but the MPCs are definitely more nimble through these tighter turns. And here we join our race leader, the number 11 MPC car driven by Zimmerman, and he's having one heck of a race. You can see the lead he's built, total clean air in front of him, and he's having one heck of a drive. He's had a great weekend so far. He's been the fastest in practice. He was the top qualifier, and right now he's dominating this race. As we come up to the halfway point in this race, it's the 2018 IMSA Prototype Challenge Series powered by Mazda. If you're just joining us, the opening moments of this race were jam-packed with plenty of overtaking, especially into turn 1, not only with the LMP3 class, but also the MPC field as well. And we have just hit the halfway point of this 30-minute race. Zimmerman absolutely dominating the MPC field, but as I said, and it's going to be a story that will rear its head, I think it's going to be within the last 5 minutes of this race, you're going to start seeing these LMP3 cars catch up to the MPC field, and when that happens, it's going to be which driver can handle the traffic the best. As we are now jumping on board to the number 10 car driven by the young Dusty Nagel. And the young American had a great Daytona, and if he can keep the 3rd position here in the race, or even steal a position from Neitzel, he's going to look to have one heck of the start to his short racing career. As we come into the fountain, trying to keep within contact of Neitzel, and I have to think right now he's looking to maintain his position. He's in this for the championship, He's going to be competing the full season, so he's going to be going for those points. Right now, though, as you can see, less than 2 seconds separate the top 4 cars in the field. Southcombe is in the 5 spot, and right now Brumla all the way down in the 10 spot. He had a very good Daytona race. Really disappointed to see him struggle so far, as he's just behind Ahmed in the number 74 Ligier. We're going to jump on board of Podolski, who's looking to make a move. Not close enough, though, for Owen, just in front of him. And right now, Podolski in third, a very familiar position for him, as that's the position he finished at Daytona. And I got to imagine he's going to be going for a higher position than that. He looked really strong after qualifying at Daytona, just wasn't on the right end of the draft at the end of the race. But he's fighting with Owen right now. Owen, though, looks to have the advantage on him as we head towards Seaside Way. It looks like Zimmerman's lead continues to grow over the rest of the MPC field, and I think right now it's a fight for second. The real question is, will the LMP3s impact these front runners of the MPC field? I think right now it's looking like it, but we'll have to see if it causes any sort of havoc for them towards the end of this race. As we close up, we've almost finished 2/3 of the race so far. Unson just behind Podolski, who's in the 3 spot, and it looks like Owen's teammate Don Pat is just behind Unson, so a strong showing from the 28 and 27 cars so far. And Podolski cutting it close with that wall again. Not really sure if he's trying to close the door. Unson really not in a position to strike right now, just a position to remind Podolski that he's there. Because we get some great camera shots from our camera crew. You have to give your tip of the hat to the crew here. They've done a great job getting every angle you can imagine for this race. And they've gotten some great shots for us this weekend so far. Calvage all the way down in the 9th spot for the MPC field. And Biscombe not doing much better. Biscombe had, I thought he could have finished a little bit better, had that contact with the Ginetta, really sidetracked him and ruined the end of his race. I expected more from Biscombe and Monas this weekend, and Calvage too. But again, it just shows you how deep this MPC field is. If you're not on your A game, you're going to struggle. And right now, Southcombe looking to work his way up. He's close gap on Davey in front of him, and it looks like he's not giving up on this race. And maybe he can get close enough. Right now, it seems to be the name of the game for all these LMP3 drivers is really hoping that they can get some traffic to help them get possibly a position back on a car in front of them just from having to change their line. But right now, it is a straight train of cars for both fields as we go to 10 minutes remaining in this race. Southcombe, though, again, he's clawed his way back up to catch up to Davey after Davey separated a little bit. But Southcombe's got Parker right behind him in that number 7 Ginetta. And as I stated before, these Ginettas are running a lot better this weekend than they did at Daytona. You can see just how close this LMP3 field is. Less than 3 seconds separate 1 through 5. And on a track like this, that's a lot more distance than, say, when you're at Daytona. But again, one mistake, that can leave the door open for you. And if somebody makes a mistake in front of you, it's going to give you an opportunity to get some spots back. As we jump on board the number 46 Ligier, and right now Weber, Rosaire, and Oliveira are really struggling to keep in contact with the rest of the field. Weber, really disappointing race weekend so far. Just doesn't look like he's had it this weekend. And again, I have to wonder if he has some ghosts of his past haunting him from his mistakes at Daytona. Again, though, it's a long season, and you hope that the young driver can get out of whatever he's experienced this weekend. I think he's one of the best drivers in this field, and it's just really difficult to see him at the back of the field like this. You'd like to see him hopefully recover and find his way towards the top of the field. Again, one race, though, is not going to kill your championship hopes, and hopefully this is just a learning experience for the young driver. As we come into now, we have 8 minutes remaining, and I am hearing word from race control that they definitely anticipate lap traffic this race. And you can see right now the LMP3 cars are starting to get the MPC cars within their sights. How are these cars going to handle the slower but more nimble MPC cars through the tighter sections of this track? Is going to be interesting to see. They're going to have their advantage on the straights, but as I said, turn 11 could pose some issues and possibly cause some of these LMP3 cars to sacrifice their exit, and that can cost them as they head for the straightaway. Number 74 car driven by Ahmed, looking to attack, put some pressure on the number 12 Janetta in front of him. It's just really difficult. You can see just how evenly matched all these cars are, and that's what makes qualifying for these street circuits so important. Is overtaking is not easy. You're not going to be able to utilize a strip seam at a track like Daytona, and this really goes to show you just how important everything leading up to the race is in order to give you a successful race. As it looks like Southcombe and Davey might have had a little contact there. We'll have to see if we can get another angle of that, but it looks like Southcombe up into the 4 spot now, and Davey dropping to 5. So there we go. As we jump on board the number 22 United Autosports car, and Southcombe and Davey, can't really tell if contact was made there or not. It looks like Davey definitely clipped that wall, though, on the hairpin at turn 11. Southcombe able to get a much better runoff. Easy overtake for him at that point, but tip your hat to Southcombe for going the long way around the hairpin. Great drive, and it might have looked like he gave some room to Davey, but again, tough to see from that angle. We'll have to see if we can get another angle of that move. As your top 3 remain the same, Savonin, Neitzel, and here we go, lapped traffic as Savonin makes it past just last lap on the number 16 car driven by Gabe Ramones. Savonin, your race leader, making his way, and you can see the MPC cars off in the distance there, and already closed that distance is Savonin, as he's now moving up to the number 9 car in the MPC field. Kalvich, your winner from Daytona. Neitzel is in second, Nagel in third. Your top 3 has not changed since the opening moments of this race, but as I said, about 5 minutes to go, lap traffic looks like it's going to be an issue, as it looks like Neitzel is now stuck behind Kalvich. Savonin trying to take advantage of it, but he has traffic in front of him, as it looks like Biscombe's just in front of him. And these LMP3 cars are now starting to hit the majority of the MPC field. And how these cars navigate traffic is going to be interesting, as it looks like Savonin, pretty aggressive moves there towards Biscombe. And here's another shot on board with Southcombe as he just jumps. He took that line. It looked like Davey was going to try to close the door on him. He was having none of it, and I don't think he made any contact with Davey. Davey did himself in by making contact with the barrier there. Southcombe, though, able to get the number 4 spot. Very good move from him, as now it looks like traffic has bitten Savonin, as Neitzel and Nagel are right on his tail again. Savonin not able to get around Silbernagel through Seaside Way, and now Neitzel is going to get, looks like he's going to have to struggle to try to get past Silbernagel. And Savonin just behind Loomis, not in a position though to overtake him. Lap traffic is going to become an issue. And it looks like a hood was just, it looks like Savonin just hit a hood. Not sure whose car that was. It looked like it might have been red and white Podolski's, or maybe one of the 28 or 27 car. And I think just saw the car in front of Unsen. It might be one of the, yes, it's the number 27 car. Making contact with the wall, turned in a little too early. We'll have to see how this affects his race, as it looks like Don Pat is going to be finishing this race without a hood. We'll have to see if the crew can get that cleared or not. We're just under 3 minutes. You'd hate to see this race end under a yellow flag. And it looks like the hood landed in the fountain, so we'll have to see if the race crew can get that, or if they're going to have to throw a yellow flag. But with less than 3 minutes, you would hate to see this race end under a yellow. As it looks like now we jump on board with the number 10 car, and he's lost contact with Neitzel, and it looks like though there's quite a bit of traffic in front of him still. I think that Nagel's going to be able to claw his way back to Neitzel as we head through the fountain area. And it does look like the crew was, our crew was able to get that cleared off. We're going to be able to stay green, and safety comes first. But it's excellent to see them able to get out there and get that hood out of the way so that other drivers weren't at risk of hitting it. And you have to wonder, does Simonin have any damage? As Southcombe makes his way past Nagel now, we are on board with the number 10 car, but Southcombe making a move with just under 2 minutes to go. And that might be, ladies and gentlemen, the overtake of the race, as Southcombe laid on the brakes. Nagel left the door open, Southcombe taking it. And as I said earlier in the race, you have to commit, and Southcombe has not only committed to that overtake, he's committed to two to find his way into the third position with just over 1 minute left, and the officials are waving the white flag, as it looks like we're going to be able to go one more lap. Savonin now opening his lead as he's just getting past Podolski, and Neitzel still in the 2 spot. Southcombe, as I stated, just stole the third position from Nagel, and now there's quite a bit of spacing between the top 3 cars in the LMP3 field, and if Savonin can get past Owen before Seaside Way, it looks like it's going to be a pretty aggressive move. But you have to imagine Savonin's wanting to get that space from Owen just so that he has clear air in front of him to finish this race. And barring something catastrophic, Savonin looks like he's going to be your LMP3 winner. Neitzel in the 2 spot, pretty comfortable lead over Southcombe, and Nagel in the 4 spot right now as we head into the final turn for Savonin. Wonderful race from him. He's going to be able to find himself launching quite a bit up in the championship standings, as Savonin's your race winner. Neitzel in the 2 spot, Southcombe with an impressive drive to get the 3 spot. And we'll have the rest of the results here as our MPC crew still has one more lap to do, as Zimmerman is absolutely dominating the race. We're actually going to go to the number 11 car right now. You just saw the majority of the MPC field crossing the finish line, and Zimmerman almost at least half a lap ahead of the rest of the field in the MPC class. Dominating weekend from him. As I stated earlier, he dominated practice, he dominated qualifying. This race result really shouldn't come as a surprise, but for his results at Daytona, you got to imagine he's happy with his first win of the season. and he's going to come out of the hairpin with a really comfortable win. Zimmerman will be your MPC winner of the race. And we're now going to jump to Owen, who has a pretty comfortable lead, but he has plenty of LMP3 cars around him doing their cooldown lap, and you wish that they'd recognize that the MPC race is still going on, as it looks like contact might have been made between the number 22 and number 28. Podolski, though, not close enough. Owen's going to be able to finish with a comfortable second place finish. Podolski snagging his second podium finish in as many races in the number 3 spot. What a race we had. And let's jump to the results now of the LMP3 field. Savonin, the number 83, your winner. Neitzel in the 2 spot, a very good showing for the number 97 Janetta. Really good recovery after a slow start at Daytona. Nagel, your winner from Daytona, in 4 spot. Southcombe snagging the 3 spot from him though. And you have to wonder if those 2 points could come back to bite Nagel. He should have closed the door. A lesson learned for the young driver for sure. And as we look at the last 4 spots, a disappointing finish from Weber. He was 3rd at Daytona, 13th here. That's not going to help his championship, but again, the championship season's long, he'll have time. A dominating win by Zimmerman. Podolski grabbing his second third-place finish in a row in as many races. Silbernagel, a strong finish in 6th place after qualifying in 10th. And Owen, a great finish, finishing 2nd in the MPC field. Your Daytona winner, Kalvich, disappointing 9th place finish. We'll have to see how he can recover in the next race. And let's take a look at our overtake of the race is by Savonin early in the race on the opening lap. Goes from 4th to 1st. He's going to be our overtake of the race. And now let's take a look at our championship standings after 2 rounds. It's early in the season, but Nagel finds himself on top in the number 10 Ligier with 63 points. Southcombe just behind with 58 points. But just look how close the top 10 are. Even Parker, the number 7 Janetta, within striking distance, if he can string together a couple races, could easily find himself in contention for the championship. That just goes to show you how deep this LMP3 lineup is. As we look at our bottom 4 contenders in the championship, Lazzaretti with 43 points, Oliveira with 42, Pierce with 40, Rosé with 39. At this point, no one's season is dead in the class. Everybody is still alive and well. For the MPC championship standings, Podolski leads all drivers with 60 points, Zimmerman with 59, Loomis with 58, Kalvich with 57, Unson and Donpat 56, and Owen rounds out your top 7 with 55. And just look at that, 5 points separating 1 through 7. And that shows you how deep this MPC car field is. Very impressive so far. And Bisquam, Silbernagel, and Monis are still alive, but they're going to have to get some higher finishes if they want to continue to contend. That's going to do it today for our race coverage of the second round of the 2018 IMSA Prototype Challenge, powered by Mazda here at the Long Beach Street Circuit. I'm Mark Spursay with SRTV, and thank you for tuning in, and until next time, take care everyone.